Hi, my name is Marnie Winters, and thanks for tuning into my YouTube channel. The purpose of this channel is to give college and career information to video viewers, and today's topic is the struggle of being a college graduate and not being able to find a job and how to avoid that. The reason that this topic is of interest to me is because in the last 12 months or so, I've read numerous articles where individuals have graduated from college and then not been able to find a job with the degree it is that they hold. When I dug further into the backgrounds of these people and they mentioned what type of major it is that they have, I discovered that one mistake that some of these people are making is choosing a major that does not really have a job that exists in today's market, or is a market that has very, very limited openings. And that's why some of these individuals are having trouble finding jobs. They haven't chosen a major and a degree that is going to allow them to get into a career in a market where there are a lot of job openings and where there are a lot of positions that people are hiring for. Some people may choose a major such as history, philosophy, psychology. These are great majors, they're very fun. But unless you plan to get a master's degree or a doctorate, a bachelor's degree is not really going to lead you towards any kind of career path with those kinds of majors. When was the last time you searched on a career board or looked in a newspaper and saw a job listing for a philosopher? Probably never. It just doesn't exist in today's market. And that's exactly what a bachelor's degree in philosophy prepares you to do, is to be a philosopher, but there are not jobs out there for that. What you would need to do with that kind of major is get a doctorate or get a master's degree. If you get a master's degree, you can teach at some colleges. If you complete a law degree, which is a doctorate degree, you can be a lawyer. Law programs love to have people who have majored in philosophy or even psychology too. It prepares them well for the classes that they get into in the law program, and once they complete that and then pass the bar for the state where they want to work, they can work as a lawyer, and there are a lot of law job openings across the United States. So it would prepare them in that sense, but what just a bachelor's degree in some of these areas, they are not prepared to have any kind of career. What you need to do is go into college with a specific career plan. What is it that you want to do? You need, instead of declaring a major and then saying, oh, well, what kind of jobs can I do with this major? What you need to do is define your career first and then work backwards. Okay, here's the career I want. Now, what education do I need to get to that point? You may decide that you want to be a lawyer. So you work backwards. What do you need to do to be a lawyer? You need to have a law degree. Before you can have a law degree, you need to get a bachelor's degree. That's where the bachelor's degree in philosophy or psychology would be useful. Or maybe you decide that you want to have a job in the healthcare world. You decide that you want to be a nurse. What education is it that you can get that will allow you to be a nurse? Well, you need to complete a nursing program, which there are bachelor's and associate's degree programs available at many colleges in every state. You could say, I want to be a registered nurse. Decide what kind of nursing program you want to complete, where you want to complete it at, whether you want an associate's or a bachelor's degree. Complete that program. Once you get done, there are many registered nurse positions open throughout the country. So research careers before you decide on what major it is that you want and before you get to college. What you need to do is take a look at a few things. You'll want to look at the job description to make sure it's a job that you'll be happy at. You also want to make sure that you look at the future outlook. Is this an area that's growing in the future? Always head towards an area that is growing, because what that means is there's going to be job opportunities in the future. Stay away from anything that's declining. A really good website to go to get this information is the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, and their email address is www.bls.gov. And if you go there, you can search for careers and it will give you all this pertinent information. So look for the job description, look for the future outlook, look at how much the job pays per year. The Bureau of Labor and Statistics will give you a median salary for the previous year. Take a look at that income. Is that something that you can support yourself off of reasonably for the area that you live in? Make sure that you take a look at the education that you need to get into that position. And the Bureau of Labor and Statistics will give that to you too. If you go into an area that leads to a license, that was maybe some of the best advice I think I've ever received. A registered nurse told me that when I worked for a hospital years ago. She was a registered nurse and said that somebody had told her to head for a career that leads to a license. So what that means is after you get done, if the state requires you to have a license for that position, those are usually state tests that you need to take and pass successfully to get that license. Licensed positions are very valuable. Some examples of licensed positions include lawyer, registered nurse, physician, respiratory therapy, radiology technology, licensed practical nurse. Those are just some examples. A lot of healthcare. Engineers often have to have a license in the state where they work. Engineering, you can get a bachelor's degree in some types of engineering, civil engineering, mechanical engineering. Once you get done, you could get the engineering license. Those are very valuable positions, and there's engineering positions available in every state. Those are examples of where you can get a degree that leads to a license. There are job openings typically in licensed positions. Another one is to go with a career or a major where you can get certifications to help you. Accounting is an example. There is a Certified Public Accounting Designation, CPA. Once accountants get that, they're very valuable. There are accounting jobs all across the United States. So getting a designation, computer science is another one where designations are available as well as certifications. There are a lot of jobs in computer science also. Computer programmer, database administrator, technology is a growing field. There are plenty of jobs available there too. Also, when you get finished, take into consideration the area where you live as far as what types of jobs are popular there. Some jobs are going to be more popular in certain regions than they are in others. So take into account where you're going to live. What kind of industries are popular there? What kind of industries have the most jobs? Consider jobs in those industries. Make sure that you understand what education it is that you need to get into those industries, into the careers that you want. Don't pick a career at random. And make sure that you're willing to drive within a certain distance of where you live to get to where the jobs are. One time, probably about maybe 20 years ago now, I was in a restaurant and talking with a waitress who had completed her bachelor's degree in nursing, and she had completed it about 6 or 8 months prior to this time when I was in the restaurant talking to her. And I asked why she wasn't working as a registered nurse, because I knew that within the area that she was at, within about an hour's drive time, she could have been to 9 different hospitals, as well as multiple health clinics, mental health clinics, nursing homes. Many healthcare opportunities were available in this area, but she would have to have had to drive maybe about an hour to get to some of these places. She didn't want to drive. She wanted a place that was somewhere close to her, within like 5 minutes, and it just didn't exist. Sometimes you've got to make choices that you don't really like in order to get to the career that you want. You may not be able to have it all. You may not be able to live in a specific area where you want to be and have a job fall into your lap, that's 5 minutes away. When I worked in the hospital years ago, there were many, many nurses who would drive up to an hour or an hour and a half just to get to that hospital to work, and it was worth it to them because they got the job that they wanted and they were making enough money to be able to support themselves in the way that they wanted to be supported. So it's something to take into consideration too. You may have to open up your list of what you want for a career in order to be able to get into the career that you want. You may have to be flexible. You may have to negotiate with yourself a little bit and let go of some of the really strict I want little things that are going on in your head, and open up your mind and take a look around to be able to get into the career that you want. Hopefully these tactics give you some strategies on how to be successful once it is that you graduate from college. I will be posting more videos soon. I look forward to seeing you again in the future. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.